What's up, fam? You're now rocking with Ring Kings Boxing on the PRO Media Network. Much love to the fight family. We up in this thing. I'm Big Q. Got a bit of news for you on Ring Kings Boxing. We talking welterweights and we talking Terence Crawford reacting to Jermall Charlo's calling him out at 154. This is provided by Boxing News 24. It's getting nice and spicy, man. Now, Robert Seagal, Terence Crawford fired back at Jermall Charlo in response to what he said. The WBC middleweight champion is calling him out for a fight at 154. Now, the unbeaten WBO welterweight champion Crawford was 38-0 with 29 knockouts, who many believe is the number one fighter in the 147-pound division. Bar none told Jermall that he thinks he would come down to 154 to face him. However, he still views his twin brother, undisputed junior middleweight champion Jermell, as you know what. Now, Crawford has made it clear that he wants to face Jermell to dethrone the four-belt champion as soon as he finishes business at 147 by defeating the IBF, WBA, WBC champion Errol the Truth Spence Jr. later this year for the undisputed championship. Now, what's strange is that Jermell, who's 35-1 with 19 knockouts, has shown no interest in wanting to defend his belts against Crawford, which makes many boxing people believe that he's afraid of the unbeaten Omaha, Nebraska native. Not at all. Jermell, who is 32, is supposed to be the high-achieving, more ambitious of the Charlo twins, but I guess when it comes to fighting Crawford, there are limits to risks he's willing to take with his 14-year career. You know, and this is what the writer is saying, that it looks bad that a middleweight the size of Jermall, who's big enough to be campaigning at 168 easily, is calling out a 147-pounder in Crawford. So we're talking about a fighter that's 3 divisions above Crawford, given that many boxing fans view Jermall as a 168-pounder that boils down to 160 so that he can have a big size advantage over his opponents. I don't agree upon that. But it would be better if Jermall let twin brother Jermell fight his own battles against Crawford. But I guess he realized he doesn't want that smoke. This is what the writer kind of stirring the pot here. Hence, Jermall is volunteering to take care of Jermell's problem by draining down to 154 to fight the much smaller Crawford. This is what he's saying. Terence Crawford, I'll fight him, says Jermall. He would like to fight if he's given a chance. I'll fight you, Terence. He said, I'll come back down to 154 to fight Terence, said Charlo, who said he's willing to drop down a weight class to face Crawford. It's unlikely that Crawford will take Jermell up on his offer to fight him at 154 because he's focused on Spence at the moment, and after that he would be gunning for Jermell. So I mean, it's really interesting with all this stuff. Y'all ain't seen Terence isn't as versatile as you think. Them Texas boys, Spence, are different. It's hot in Texas, we different. Says, well, there's an excellent chance that Crawford will beat Spence and immediately come hunting for Jermell to snatch his 4 titles away from him. Unfortunately for Jermall, there's not much he'll be able to do about it other than let his brother fight his own battles. And let me get something straight here about this article. A lot of factual things were said in this article, and you guys feel free to chime in the comment section. But really, we got business to take care of at the welterweight level. All this other back and forth talking, this is part of the game when it comes down to the brothers on the men's side. It's too much talking back and forth. It's the fight game. It's the hurt business. You know, most of the times, a lot of the times, that if you don't like somebody, you get in the ring and you beat their ass. That's how it goes. A simple point blank. You know what I'm saying? Is that's how the business is handled. I don't think we need to be worrying about Crawford fighting Charlo right now. He needs to worry about Errol Spence. That is the biggest challenge that he is coming across in his 38 fights professionally, is fighting Errol Spence. These two guys legitimately are rivals. They don't like each other, and the truth is, a dangerous fighter, and there's no doubt about it. So in my mindset, I know Terence Crawford is a versatile master boxer in many ways, has that power, has the reach, really savvy in the ring. Crawford is the truth on many levels, but Errol Spence is different. He is different. He's a tough fighter, very powerful fighter. He has a solid chin. He can dish out punishment. These are 2 really good fighters at the prime of their careers. And like I said, he looking past Errol Spence. I don't know if I could say Crawford's looking past Spence. No, you can't look past Spence. Spence got 3 of the belts. You have 1. If you want unified, you're going to have to fight him. And I'm looking at it like, man, this is going to be a trilogy. So all that Charlo talk, All that needs to be chilled out right now, because I think once Crawford and Errol Spence hash this thing out, this has the propensity to be a 3-fight deal, which we could see a trilogy like we see in some of the best fighters. When they reach their primes, we usually see multiple fights going on between them. So we might not see Terence Crawford when he eventually does finish doing what he do, and with Charlo right there. I mean, with Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, that Charlo could be something, but that could be multiple fights away, man, for real. So still in all, the word on the streets that they're trying to hash out a fight between October and November of this year for unification, to finally get the welters together. But as far as him fighting Charlo, I think that's far off if it ever happens. I'm Big Q, chiming on this episode of Ring Kings Boxing. Let me know, let's get some interaction from our fight family members respectfully. What do you guys think about this? Do you think that Crawford will eventually fight Charlo? Do you think he goes there to fight him, or do you think you agree more? What I'm saying is that you think it'll be a multiple fight deal between Crawford and Spence at the welterweight division. Whatever your thoughts are, put them in the chat below, or the comment section below, and appreciate you. With that being said, I'm out on that. Thank y'all for listening to Ring Kings Boxing. Hit the like button, subscribe to Ring King Boxing, help us build this platform, and also feel free to share the show's links on your social media feed with other great fight family members. With that being said, I'm out. Peace.